Something that comes up quite a lot between my family and friends asking about what I do is payment and recognition. This is something that's quite hard to talk about. Being a concert photographer is usually not a profitable form of work. It is also usually late hours and has a quick turnaround. I love concerts and being able to shoot bands I've always wanted to see. The career aspect is something I have to work towards and try my best to make that happen. If you're an aspiring concert photographer, here's a few tips I've found out since I've been photographing in this industry. Equipment is not everything. So it might seem self-explanatory, but people with better equipment doesn't always mean a better photographer. If you're in the pit with another photographer, unless they are with the band or for some other reason connected, then they will have the same allotted time as you. That is your opportunity to find a nice spot and get some photos. Just remember to move around time to time for better angles and other photographers to move as well. Let's say they have the best brand new lens. Sometimes it could be that they've been at this for a while and therefore possess some better stuff. But don't be disheartened by this. It's your chance to challenge yourself creatively and maybe develop the photo into something more than just a picture. Money is not necessarily scarce. There are a lot of bands and labels that can afford to pay photographers. The issue is more that a lot of photographers, including myself, who will shoot shows for free. This is usually out of an experience-based logic though. You can't charge money if you don't have work to go off, and when you do finally have a strong portfolio, how much do you charge? When do you start charging, and so forth? I'm yet to figure this out for myself. Second guessing. Sometimes you look through your photos and think, that is a It's not. It's you judging your own work, or comparing it to others. Hold off, wait 24 hours before you completely pass it off. You never know, you might come around to some photos after seeing it a few more times. Then there's judgment from people around you, friends or people you know, or other photographers. All I can say to this is if someone is going to judge your work because of you, then they're always going to judge it. There will always be an excuse to discredit your work in some way. So honestly, just make the work that makes you happy and move on. Healthy criticism is not bad at all. It's important to know what works and doesn't, so use that to improve. One of the biggest issues I've faced is feeling almost worthless around other photographers. Not that it's their fault. They might even feel the same towards me. This is also not a sympathy video, but you can almost get into your own head and convince yourself that you can't get quality photos. Well, unfortunately, you're wrong. You can. Your perspective is important. You might be looking and watching the concert in a completely different way. Your view and angle might show something everyone else missed. I like to think of concerts as a complex series like Game of Thrones. Bear with me, there is a point in here somewhere. When the viewer watches the show, they can see every perspective and therefore judge who is what and so on. But in the perspective of the character, they all see the story slightly different depending on their circumstance. In a concert, everyone has their own story. Why they are there, who they are there with, or the significance of the artist. Therefore, you can be the viewer. There are capacity-wise 3,000 odd stories, including yours, so go capture it. I think that made sense. Finally, enjoy the process. Taking photos is in one way easy. Once you've got to grips with your camera, it's second nature. The real challenge is taking the photos you're after, the positions or the angles, the emotion and so forth. This is, in a usual scenario, around 3 songs for most artists. 3 songs to capture what you want, so enjoy the moment. You're photographing the artist you've come to see, so take the photos you think you'd like. That's how I see it anyway. It doesn't matter what others think. Did you enjoy getting the photos? Yes, I got to see one of my favourite artists. Did you enjoy editing? Not as much, but I get to go through them all and listen to the artists as I'm doing it. I want my career to be in documenting and sharing stories, and concerts are a part of that. So enjoy what you're doing and take your time. Anyway, I hope if you stumbled along this short video, it helps you feel a bit better about starting out in the photography world. If this helps just one person, I'd be happy with that. Till next time.